Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
The school year as we knew it is over in Michigan, but in Detroit, science class is in session with two big new efforts to fight the coronavirus. Good to have you with us tonight for Local 4 News at 6. Detroit remains at the forefront of the effort to figure out this virus and try to find a way to beat it.
But answers cannot come soon enough. Michigan's case count now nearing 10,800 as nearly 1,500 new cases are confirmed, along with 80 more deaths, pushing the toll to 417.
Detroit City Council President Brenda Jones revealing today that she has tested positive, though she says she is not experiencing severe symptoms, which is really good news, and plans to keep working from home.
City of Detroit and Henry Ford Health are launching a study to explore the potential of hydroxychloroquine as a prevention drug. First responders in Southeast Michigan who volunteer will get pills for several weeks.
In a matter of 4 to 8 weeks, we will have a really good idea of whether this works. And we're going to be fighting the coronavirus for months at least to come. We need to have tools to fight back.
All right, zoom out to the state level now. As expected, Governor Whitmer issued an executive order closing Michigan schools for the rest of this school year.
That means there will be no in-person learning taking place in K through 12 schools, but districts can use their buildings for remote learning while adhering to social distancing guidelines. School workers will be paid for the remainder of the school year. Seniors will have the opportunity to graduate. Governor Whitmer today saying this is difficult, but it is the best plan for the health of everyone involved.
This is the best thing that we can do for the health of our children, for the tens of thousands of educators in Michigan who work in our schools. This will ensure more kids and educators will return to school happy and healthy at the start of next school year. It will protect more families from the spread of COVID-19, and it will help us return to life sooner.
Now, one of the biggest challenges with remote learning can be seen in this map, showing the percentage of children with home internet access across counties in Michigan.
The lighter colored counties have the lower percentage of cases. You can see in some places the number's only about 65%. Paula Tutman has been speaking with educators today on how to attack that problem.
Rochester and Novi school districts have similar demographics and similar problems. Both districts have a low ratio of disconnectivity to technology and margins for free and reduced breakfast and lunches under 20%, which often means food stress, security stress, and lack of access to technology or devices.
Things are changing rapidly for people, right? As they lose their jobs, as they have to stay home with children, and they have to take care of sick relatives.
Every Tuesday, families can come in and pick up grab-and-go breakfast and lunch for their families for a week at a time. And so just this last week, we had over 650 families come and access those lunches, and we provided about 4,300 breakfast and about 4,300 lunches.
Today, we talked to superintendents from 5 diverse school districts, and what is undeniable is that there is no one-size-fits-all.
We know that right now it's exceedingly difficult to know that we're reaching every child. And so that keeps me up at night.
So what do you do? So right now, it's acute. What do you do to reach that 2%?
The reality is we turned around on a dime to do our best that we could for each and every one of our children. Each of these superintendents, each of these districts has done that. Is it foolproof? No, absolutely not. The reality is we're not reaching each and every one of our students, and we need to be.
But just by ending the school year now and ensuring that all school personnel will be compensated, it does give districts and teachers the ability to reach into every crevasse.
Because every community knows exactly what they need, and they will do right by their students and do exactly all that they can to ensure that students get the best educational experience that they can. It's not on distance learning, it's not live learning, it's COVID-19 learning, right? And so it's new to all of us, but we will do exactly what the community needs us to do in this time of crisis.
So what is COVID-19 learning? It's email, snail mail, phone calls, anything a teacher can do to make sure a student is in or can be pulled in to make sure they're not left behind. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
All right, Paula. Now, we are learning more tonight about a DDOT bus driver who's died of coronavirus.
Jason Hargrove recently posted this picture on Facebook, letting Detroiters know he was still on the road driving DDOT buses to get people where they needed to go. Sean Lay is live this evening with this brave man's story. Sean.
It's absolutely devastating. Right now, we have 8 DDOT employees who have tested positive for COVID-19. 133 others with DDOT are under quarantine. But you mentioned the key name here, the name to remember, Jason Hargrove. In his career, DDOT bus driver, only 50 years old, went on Facebook a couple of weeks ago to talk about how a passenger sneezed on him and how concerned he was about this virus. Now, his union tonight is confirming to us he's passed away from this virus.
This coronavirus is for real. And we out here as public workers doing our job, trying to make an honest living.
That is DDOT bus driver Jason Hargrove sounding the alarm about his job and coronavirus back on March 21st. He even posted this photo stating, "I cannot stay home. I'm on the road for you." The drivers union confirming Hargrove died of COVID-19 overnight.
For us to get through this and get over this, man, y'all need to take this serious.
His words now about his major concern about coughing passengers is just stunning.
It looks like I didn't do enough, or we didn't do enough.
But tonight, DDOT drivers are still on the road as the virus explodes across the city. Drivers Union President Glenn Tolbert says he's devastated by Hargrove's death. He says drivers were given gloves and a mask, and buses are being cleaned more often. Bus service was stopped across the river in Windsor. Tolbert spoke to the mayor's office today about more protections for drivers, but not about stopping service.
So that was never talked about, stopping service, no. Putting other measures in place, yes. Stopping service, no.
To protect our bus drivers, we are going to ramp them up with every bit of vigor.
Doug, and they're reacting to Mr. Hargrove's horrible death here. We did ask him if there are plans now to halt DDOT service in the city. The mayor says no. He says drivers walked off the job March 17th, concerned about coronavirus. More protections were put in particular, shutting the driver's door and locking it, and having passengers enter through the side or rear door of the bus. And drivers seemed okay with that because it added more distance. But the mayor did add that this is one of those cases that he is going to be thinking about for a very, very long time. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4.
Sean, that really is just crushing. Awful news. All right, Sean. Today, the city of Detroit became the first in the nation to receive new rapid COVID-19 test kits from Abbott Laboratories.
They'll be used to test Detroit police, firefighters, EMTs, and city bus drivers. Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to explain why this is a major step forward, and not just for those being tested. Doc.
Yeah, exactly. The rapid test can return a positive result in less than 5 minutes, and it can detect negative results in 13 minutes. Now, beyond the benefit to individual patients, the biggest advantage of these rapid tests is the ability to make timely decisions based on the results and get those who are healthy back on the front lines.
This is the game changer we have been waiting for.
Just last Friday, the FDA granted emergency authorization for Abbott Labs to begin using its rapid test for COVID-19. The test is run on a device the size of a toaster. The device is already used by many offices to test patients for flu, strep, and RSV. To test for COVID-19, it needs a special cartridge, similar in size to a printer ink cartridge. A swab is taken from the patient and inserted into the device. Chemicals in the cartridge then break apart any viruses on the swab, releasing genetic material called RNA. Chemical reactions multiply that genetic material so that even small amounts can be detected. The rapid test can do this process at a steady temperature, unlike other tests that take longer, which require a series of temperature changes.
If these 5 Abbott lab machines work as promised, and we're going to be the first ones to find out, we could potentially return large numbers of employees who are quarantined back to work because they're healthy, and those who are tested positive, we will make sure they get the right care.
So you're probably asking, why can't we just use this rapid test for all of the coronavirus testing? Well, One of these devices can only run about 4 tests per hour, and that's just not sufficient to meet the needs right now. The tests that take longer to complete, well, they can run hundreds or even thousands of samples in a day, which is the volume we need. It's just not the speed that we would like.
Doc, there's an interesting story there about how Detroit was the first city really to get a shot at these rapid tests, though.
Yeah, so from what we hear, Mayor Duggan actually got the cell phone number of the chairman of Abbott Labs and woke him up last Sunday morning to make an appeal on Detroit's behalf. And apparently he was a pretty convincing guy. So what can I say?
Yeah.
Good
You
for
wake
him.
up to
Keep
the
going.
Detroit mayor calling
That's
you.
right. Good morning.
All right, thank you, Doc. Well, people who have survived COVID-19 have such a unique perspective on the crisis, even as their numbers grow.
And tonight we're hearing from a Detroit woman who tells our Victor Williams this is not something to take lightly.
Well, this is one very strong and remarkable woman who makes a career as a nurse at the VA hospital, but someone had to come to her aid when she came in contact with the coronavirus.
Physically, my body went through a beating.
The past few weeks have been absolute misery for Detroit native Shyla Harper.
It was a nightmare. It was sudden. I wasn't expecting to be diagnosed with COVID-19. It was heart-wrenching for my family.
For days, the mother of 3 was in the battle of her life with the COVID-19 virus.
I'm truly grateful to God just to still be alive.
Thanks to the doctors at Beaumont Oakwood and support from family and friends, she was able to make a speedy recovery.
Physically, I'm feeling about 65% well, but emotionally, spiritually, I'm 100%.
And she has a message for others who may not be taking the virus seriously.
It will hit you with no warning. It hits everyone differently. Some people have symptoms, some people don't. Some people survive, some people don't.
And Shyla's kids also had to undergo quarantine as a precaution, but we're told everyone is going to be just fine. Reporting this evening, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Which is great.
Got to give her credit. She said her spirit's at 100%, even though the body's at 65 or so.
She told Victor she's just happy to be alive. From hospital preparedness to unemployment benefits to today's announcement on school closures. Tonight at 7, Governor Whitmer and the state's top medical officer, Janae Caldoun, will be answering your questions on the coronavirus pandemic. A live town hall meeting made possible by a partnership between the Detroit TV stations. I'll be joined by Carolyn Clifford and Huel Perkins, along with Governor Whitmer and Dr. Caldoun, for an unprecedented event on this matter that affects all of us. So you can still, by the way, we're about 50 minutes away or so from the start of it. You can still try to submit your questions for the governor at clickondetroit.com. Our link to that is on the homepage. We have received many. Thank you so much for those who've sent them in. But please now watch the governor's town hall live about 50 minutes from now, coming up at 7 o'clock tonight on Local 4 and Click on Detroit.
Sunshine was promised and sunshine was delivered. Ben.
Yeah, Karen, finally a day that we don't want to throw back, and we've got more of those in store as we head towards the upcoming weekend. There are some changes for the Saturday, Sunday forecast, though, and they're good. We'll look at them next.
All right, Ben. Also, a wish put on hold. We hear from a local Make-A-Wish family that was looking forward to a big trip.